It was a chilly evening in the suburbs, where the Carter family lived in their cozy little house surrounded by tall oak trees. Inside the nursery, soft lullabies played from a musical toy, filling the room with a calm and peaceful rhythm. Baby Noah, only 14 months old, had just drifted into sleep. His tiny hands curled around the corner of his blanket, his breathing soft and steady. But Noah wasn't alone. Surrounding his crib, 3 dogs, Buddy, the wise old golden retriever, Max, the playful Labrador, and Luna, the loyal German shepherd, stood guard like silent sentinels. The Carter family had always been dog lovers. These 3 companions weren't just pets, they were family. Since Noah was born, the dogs had taken it upon themselves to protect him, as if they instinctively knew he was the most precious member of the household. That night, when Noah stirred and whimpered in his sleep, Buddy pushed his big furry head gently against the crib, letting out a low, comforting hum. Max curled up right beneath the crib, his tail thumping softly against the floor. Luna, ever watchful, sat near the door, her sharp ears tuned to every sound. As the night deepened, Noah began to toss and turn. The house, though warm inside, echoed with the sounds of the outside world, the distant howl of a coyote, the rustling of leaves against the window. The baby let out a cry, startling awake. Before his parents could even hear him from their room down the hall, something remarkable happened. The 3 dogs immediately sprang into action. Max leapt up and stood on his hind legs, pressing his snout against the crib. Buddy climbed closer, resting his head near Noah's chest. Luna trotted over and gave a soft nudge to Noah's blanket, adjusting it like a mother tucking her child back into bed. Noah's cries faded into giggles. He reached out his tiny hands, brushing against Buddy's fur, pulling at Max's ear, and laughing at Luna's cold nose. His fear had vanished. He wasn't scared anymore, he was safe. The moment was magical. Instead of calling for his parents, Noah settled back against his pillow, surrounded by the warmth of his 3 guardians. Slowly, his eyes closed again, and he drifted back into sleep, his small body relaxed, his tiny chest rising and falling in perfect peace. But what happened the next morning would leave his parents stunned. Sunlight peeked through the curtains as Mrs. Carter slowly opened her eyes. She yawned, expecting to hear Noah's usual early morning cries through the baby monitor. But instead, there was silence. Concerned, she quickly got up and hurried toward the nursery. When she opened the door, she froze. The sight before her was something she would never forget. Inside the crib, where she had left only her baby, were not 1, not 2, but 3 large dogs snuggled right next to Noah. Somehow, during the night, they had managed to climb in, arranging themselves carefully around the child without waking him. Buddy had his big paw protectively draped over Noah's tiny legs. Max was curled tightly against his side like a living teddy bear. Luna lay at the foot of the crib, her head resting on the rail, eyes closed in complete trust. And right in the center of it all was Noah, smiling in his sleep. His little arms were wrapped around Max's neck, as if hugging him. His soft baby hair was tickled by Buddy's golden fur. His blanket, once loosely draped, was now tucked neatly around him, thanks to Luna's gentle nudges. Mrs. Carter gasped, covering her mouth. She couldn't believe it. "James, come quick," she whispered loudly. Mr. Carter rushed in and stopped in his tracks. The sight moved him to tears. "I've never seen anything like this," he murmured. Instead of being worried, the parents realized something incredible had happened. Their baby had formed a bond with the dogs deeper than anyone could have imagined. Noah hadn't just slept through the night, he had slept in absolute security, surrounded by love, loyalty, and warmth that no crib toy or blanket could ever provide. As Noah slowly woke up, he giggled and babbled happily, tugging Buddy's ear and burying his face in Max's fur. The dogs wagged their tails gently, careful not to disturb him. It was a picture of pure innocence and unbreakable trust. From that day forward, Noah's sleep routine changed forever. The Carters realized their 3 dogs weren't just pets, they were guardians, protectors, and family in the truest sense. They allowed the dogs to continue their watchful sleepovers, and every morning, they would wake up to find the same heartwarming sight, 3 dogs and 1 baby, nestled together as if they were one. News of this bond spread quickly after the Carters shared a photo with close family. Soon, friends and neighbors were astonished at how gentle the dogs were and how deeply they cared for the baby. Many who saw it were brought to tears, realizing the true meaning of loyalty, love, and protection. Years later, Noah would grow up telling people he never had just 1 guardian angel, he had 3, and they had fur, paws, and wagging tails. The story of the baby who slept with 3 dogs became a living testament that love knows no boundaries, and sometimes, the fiercest protectors come in the form of wagging tails and wet noses.